Have you ever stood at the crossroads where choosing yourself meant potentially losing others? That moment when you realized your need for self-definition might come with a price tag of relationships, security, and belonging. Janet Jackson's journey from being Michael's little sister to becoming an autonomous force represents one of music's most powerful examples of choosing self-definition despite devastating costs. Her 1986 declaration, "I'm in control," wasn't just a catchy lyric. It was the beginning of a lifelong battle between autonomy and belonging that might mirror your own struggles more than you realize. While we celebrate Janet's independence, we rarely acknowledge the profound isolation and family tension her choices created. Behind the platinum albums and iconic performances lies a story about the universal human struggle between becoming yourself and maintaining connection to those who knew you first. Today, I'm exploring 3 psychological truths revealed through Janet's journey, insights about autonomy, family systems, and the courage required to define yourself beyond others' expectations. These principles illuminate not just celebrity evolution, but your own daily battles between pleasing others and honoring yourself. Just to note, if you enjoy this deep dive into celebrity relationship evolution, check out my 24-hour live stream channels for more content exploring both singles journeys and relationship dynamics. As a subscriber, you can join the conversation, share your perspectives, and connect with others fascinated by these same topics. Subscribe now and become part of our growing community. Control declaration, truth 1. True autonomy often requires a decisive break that others may experience as betrayal. Remember when 19-year-old Janet fired her father as manager and declared her independence through the Control album? That wasn't just a career move. It was a psychological revolution with profound relational consequences. Think about your own life. Have you ever made a decision that felt absolutely necessary for your growth, but that family members experienced as rejection? That tension between self-actualization and family loyalty creates what psychologists call an autonomy connection paradox, the struggle to become yourself without severing vital relationships. Janet's decision to partner with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, rather than remain under her father's direction, mirrors a choice many of us face: continuing to operate within family expectations or risking disapproval to pursue authentic self-expression. The neuroscience behind this struggle is fascinating. Research shows that breaking from established family patterns activates both reward centers related to autonomy and threat centers associated with social rejection. Your brain literally experiences both liberation and danger simultaneously, exactly what Janet Knightley felt when stepping away from the Jackson formula. When she told interviewers, "I needed to be able to stand on my own," she was articulating something you might recognize from your own experience. That moment when you realize continued growth required stepping beyond the identity others have assigned to you, despite the relationship consequences that this might create. The isolation paradox, truth 2. The very independence that enables authentic self-expression often creates profound isolation. Janet's most creative period following her declaration of control was also, by her own admission, marked by intense loneliness. This paradox, feeling isolated precisely when most authentically yourself, reflects a psychological pattern many experience when establishing healthy boundaries. Think about times in your own life when choosing your authentic path created distance from family or friends who preferred your compliance. That bittersweet mixture of pride in your autonomy and grief over connection lost is what psychologists call individuation grief, the emotional cost of becoming yourself. When Janet performed commanding, confident anthems on stage while privately navigating family tension and isolation, she embodied the complex reality of independence. external power often coexists with internal vulnerability. Research in family systems psychology explains why, when one member changes their role, as Janet did by rejecting her assigned position as the compliant Jackson, the entire system experiences destabilization. The resulting pressure to return to family patterns can be intense, creating what therapists call an emotional cutoff when the individual maintains their boundary despite this pressure. Janet's experience reveals something crucial about your own journey towards autonomy. The path to self-definition often feels loneliest precisely when you're making the healthiest choices. Those moments when standing in your truth creates distance from those who prefer your compliance may be painful, but they also a central catalyst for authentic growth. Identity reclamation, truth-free. Establishing independence from family systems often requires repeatedly reclaiming your narrative after crisis. Janet's struggle for autonomy wasn't a one-time declaration but a reoccurring battle, particularly evident after the 2004 Super Bowl controversy, when public backlash threatened to redefine her on others' terms. She faced a challenge many of us recognize: how to maintain self-definition when external forces attempt to label and limit you. Think about moments when you've been misunderstood or misinterpreted by others. That internal certainty of, this isn't who I am, competing with external pressure to accept others' definitions, creates what psychologists call identity threat, a state that demands tremendous psychological resilience to navigate. The science of resilience shows that maintaining self-definition during crisis activates cognitive processes similar to those Janet demonstrated when she refused to allow the Super Bowl incident to define her legacy. This requires what researchers call cognitive flexibility, the ability to hold your self-understanding steady despite contradictory external feedback. When Janet told Oprah, "I needed to remember who I was," she was describing a universal human experience, the ongoing work of self-reclamation when family expectations, public opinion, or personal setbacks threaten to override your hard-won autonomy. Her journey reminds us that independence isn't achieved once, but maintained through countless moments of choosing self-trust over external definition. A process you might recognize from your own experiences of standing firm in your truth when others question your path. Janet's evolution reveals perhaps the most nuanced truth about independence, that mature autonomy eventually seeks reconciliation rather than permanent separation. As she moves through her career, Janet's relationship with her family transformed from rebellion to a more complex integration, maintaining her independence while selectively rebuilding connections on healthier terms. This progression mirrors what developmental psychologists call differentiated connection, the capacity to remain clearly defined as an individual while maintaining meaningful relationships. Unlike the either or thinking of earlier independence, this stage recognizes that true autonomy includes the freedom to connect authentically. Think about your own relationship with independence. Have you noticed that your understanding of autonomy has evolved from simple separation to something more nuanced? The initial breaking away often requires firmness that can later soften into boundary conscious connection. When Janet performed with her brothers years later, after establishing her separate career, she demonstrated this integration, honoring her Jackson heritage while maintaining her distinct identity. This represents what family therapists call differentiated belonging, the ability to be both clearly yourself and meaningfully connected. The neuroscience of healthy attachment confirms this evolution. Mature independence activates both self-regulatory brain regions and social connection networks simultaneously. You maintain your center while engaging in relationship, exactly what Janet's later career demonstrated. Her journey offers hope if you're currently in the painful separation phase of your own autonomy development. The initial breaks, while necessary, don't predict permanent estrangement. Instead, they create space for eventual relationships based on mutual respect rather than control. Janet Jackson's evolution from control daughter to autonomous artist reveals a universal truth. The path to genuine self-definition often requires navigating the painful space between independence and belonging. Her journey reminds us that choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary for authentic contribution. Yet it also acknowledges the real grief that comes when autonomy creates distance from those you love. Next time you stand at the crossroads between pleasing others and honoring yourself, remember what Janet's story teaches, that the temporary isolation of choosing your authentic path often leads to more genuine connection in time. The science of healthy autonomy confirms what Janet's journey illustrates, that establishing independence isn't about permanent separation, but about creating the psychological foundation for relationships based on choice rather than obligation. If this exploration resonated with you, consider reflecting on your own relationship with independence. What truth about yourself might require standing firm despite others' discomfort? What authentic expression might create temporary distance but ultimately lead to more genuine connection? Your journey towards self-definition, like Janet's, may come with real costs, but the alternative cost of remaining defined by others' expectations is ultimately far greater. Like always, stay beautiful, stay connected, and stay conscious in the field.